The art of living can be found in the dance between reflection and action. Because we can get caught as humans to be in this perpetual state of constantly wanting to do things, to plan things, to predict how things are going to turn out, because it gives an element of stability, security. It never ceases to amaze me that when you let go of that, how life has a funny way of panning out. I don't know if I've ever really articulated my sort of deep motives for completely changing my life, for moving out to Thailand on my own and selling everything I own. But one of the things is that, and I mentioned in a previous video that I'd done the Jordan Peterson's Future Authoring Program. And one of the questions he asked in there was, if you could have everything your own way, what would your life look like? How would you live on a day-to-day basis? And actually just sit there and write about that. And what I realized is I wasn't living anywhere near like the life I felt like I could. And that was due to financial stresses or worries. But sometimes you just need to let go. And when I come out here, there was that tendency to want to try and predict, to want to try and force and to manipulate the way I'm living, to find people to meet and to do all these things. But the reality is that if you can just let go of that, the right people and the right situations will find you. But in order to achieve that, you have to go through the wrestling match that is your programming of wanting to predict things and wanting to have answers and letting go. And it's easier said than done, and I've struggled with it over the last 6 weeks, but it's funny because things turn out and things happen, and it never ceases to amaze me how that happens. And that's what happened this weekend. That's why I haven't done a video for the last 2 days. And yeah, let me fill you guys in. So as I sort of mentioned in that little bit of a dialogue, I've got obviously a bit to fill you in on. And basically at the back end of last week, I got an email from a gym on the island. I'd sort of sent my CV or a letter just sort of to many gyms, just sort of saying I was on the island and you know, they've only got anything available to keep me in mind. And they reached out and just sort of said, listen, they've got a space coming up and would I come in for an interview? And went in and hit it off with the guy that owns it, hit it off with a load of the staff and the members that are there, and yeah, it looks like I've got a job, which is cool. And it's a really kind of social gym, so they invited me along on the Saturday to go on a hike with them all. So I got to meet some of the other trainers that work there, some of the members, and we ended up going out for food on the Saturday evening. So life has had a bit of a drastic change. I was sitting here at the beginning of last week, I remember having a conversation with my brothers being like, everything's great, but haven't really met anyone. I was sort of saying about how I need to probably got to sort of do things that I wouldn't normally do to try and meet people. But I was always a little bit against that because it kind of felt a little bit inauthentic, you know? And so I just kind of just let it be. And as I sort of mentioned, is that like life has a funny way of sort of panning out and sort of giving you exactly what you need when you need it. And you just need to be patient and open to that and not try and force and predict anything and try and make plans and try and solve the problem. Just let everything sort itself out. And yeah, so that's where we're kind of at. So got a meeting today with Danny, who owns CoFit. So we're going to sort of go over some of the details. So I'll know a little bit more after that. But just wanted to keep you guys updated because I kind of took the weekend off after sort of getting all that news and going through that to kind of just sort of reflect and trying to just sort of take a step back, because obviously I've done 46 videos back to back, you know, and there's that kind of relentlessness of constantly having to come up with an idea and then shoot it and then edit it, and sometimes it's just nice to take a step back, refresh that kind of passion that you had, which I definitely feel like the weekend has done. And yeah, I'm looking forward to shooting some content in the new facility. It's an amazing gym, amazing setup, so looking forward to sharing this next part of the journey with you guys. So yeah, that's today's video. Be back tomorrow with another training video. I look forward to seeing you then, guys. Have a great day.